Welcome back, Wizards. I hope everybody had a good spring break. It's Mr. Wisner, and this is Sadie. I hope everybody's doing good, staying healthy. I have to tell the Wizards, boy, do I miss you guys. I miss school. I miss seeing you every morning. Miss just being in the classroom with all the Wizards, and so does Sadie, right? So, welcome back. Hope things are going fine at home. Hope you're doing the best that you can and spending a lot of family time. As we get back to school now, Sadie wants to go down. Bye, Sadie. As we get back to school, I want you to remember that the guidelines that we're giving you for school, as I've mentioned in the email, just use that as a guide. If you're too busy at home or things are too hectic, you can back off on that. Okay. I'm going to try to do videos more often each morning, and just to give you a little heads up on what we're going to be doing for that day. Okay. So in addition to the video, like I said, probably every day, maybe every other day, I'll be sending emails each day with an update on directions for homework and where we are in that whole process of getting work to you. As you may have noticed, I'm getting a little scruffy here, getting pretty itchy. I'm going to see how long I can get it going. I've never really grown out, but Mr. Wisner's really realizing how gray he is if I grow this out. So, all right, let's start first. Welcome back. And what I'm going to try to do each day, and I'm only going to take hopefully like 7 minutes of video, so parents and students, I don't want it to be super long. I'm just going to do a quick preview of what to be working on and just a follow up to the email that's going to be coming to your parents as well. But each day, I'm going to try, when I make a video, is to read a little bit to you. And if you boys and girls remember, we were reading the Robert Hodson plots when we left. Okay, look how old that book is. That's 27 years of reading. So I'm just going to read a little bit. If you remember, in the Robert Hodson plots, Casper and Seppel were after the robber to try to find him. And the robber realized that they had double-crossed him by putting the sand into the crate, and they were able to follow him back to his den. So here we go, just a couple-minute read. Casper and Seppel had not run for the police, only around the corner. There they slipped into the bushes and they waited. They were delighted when they saw Hotzenplotz dragging the potato crate off. "Oh, I feel quite sorry for him, the poor man," said Seppel. "Why? Why do you feel so bad for him?" "He's got to carry that heavy crate so far all by himself. I hope his feet don't get flat." Muttered Casper. "He can carry it till he's blue in the face for all I care. Don't forget, he's a robber and he stole grandmother's coffee mill." They stayed hiding around the corner a little longer just to make sure. Then they crept back to the place where Hotzenplotz had jumped out at them. The empty handcart was lying upside down in a ditch. "It's all right," said Casper. "We'll leave it there till we come back." And now for the trail of sand. They did not have to search for it long. There was the trail leading into the woods. Casper wanted to hurry off at once, but Seppel held him back. "Hey, wait a minute," he said. "We must disguise ourselves so he doesn't know who we are." "Oh, yes, of course. We don't want the robber Hotzenplotz to recognize us." You're right. But how can we get disguises?" "Easy. You lend me your hat and I'll give you my pointed cap." "And then what am I supposed to do?" "Well, that's a silly question, Seppel. Put it on." "But it doesn't fit." Seppel's hat was far too big for him. It made him look like a scarecrow out for a day. But Seppel thought it looked perfect. "Splendid," he said. "No one would ever know who we are now that we have switched hats." Remember, boys and girls, I said that they were not the smartest, Seppel and Casper. Certainly the robber can figure them out just by switching hats. Probably is not going to work. "Very funny. We look funny in our hats. If grandmother could see us again, she would faint." There, we're all set. The robber Hotzenplotz will never know us now. Come on, let's go. But robbers are not always as stupid as you might think. Casper and Seppel followed the fine trail of sand which Hotzenplotz had left behind. The trail was quite clear. But as they went on in the woods, it became thicker and darker. "Oh, this wood is really for robbers. It's scary. What a good thing we're heavily disguised in case he finds us." They had been walking for about an hour when Casper, who was in the front, suddenly stopped. What's the matter? Asked Supple. The trail on the ground had divided. They could hardly believe their eyes. Instead of one trail, suddenly there were two. One trail led to the right and the other one led to the left. Can you make it out? Asked Supple. This must be a false trail. I'm afraid that must be it. But which of them is the real trail? I don't know. We must find out. We better go different ways. Oh, you never separate in the forest, boys and girls. Always stay together. All right, Supple, will you go left or right? Let's toss for it. Okay. So they're going to toss a coin to see who goes left and right. So here's Casper and Supple in the woods. Certainly looks like a scary wood, and the trail splits. Remember, they have switched hats. It looks to me like the robber Hotzenplotz has got a little trick for them. They should never separate in the woods. Right, Sadie? Sadie has moved her position. Here she is. Right, Sadie? Hi, Sadie. Yeah, Sadie loves to sit right by Mr. Wisner. I don't know why, but she always has to be close by. All right, so that's where we'll stop for today with Robert Hotzenplotz. I know a lot of you checked out that book from the library. I know Mr. Pritchard got extra copies because so many students were checking it out. So you might be ahead of me. If you are, don't give it away to any of your friends. And I will read some more tomorrow or on Wednesday. Okay, next. As you boys and girls are doing your work, we have this week planned out, and then the teachers are going to be getting together to lay out lessons for the next couple weeks, should we need to. Please remember to follow along on this sheet, okay? We are on March 30th, and we're starting Monday, okay? Now, the first thing up there is reading 20 minutes each day, and then the optional reading packet, okay? So here's the reading packet, and if you remember, boys and girls, some of us have done some of these already. I remember Tea Time for Elephants. But these are really good practice activities to do after you read for 20 minutes. So pick a couple as optional to do each day, okay? And as we've talked about in class, after you read, feel free to share with your parents what you learn. You know, if you're reading a fiction book, who are the characters, what's the setting, what's the plot, what are the story elements, what are the events that are happening. Review a little bit with your parents, okay? So 20 minutes of reading and then optional work out of here. I would suggest that you all do a couple pages out of here. Okay. For the word work, we talked about the high frequency words. Now, most of you, or all of you, when you left, we put the high frequency spelling list in your folder, okay? Those are the words you want to be practicing, okay? So I know that can get a little bit boring at times because you don't have your Words Their Way workbook at home, but practice doing different things with those words, writing them in sentences, reverse alphabetical order. Maybe you put them in alphabetical order with the second letter in each word, okay? Drawing pictures. So just try to practice those words, maybe quiz your parents with them, see how well you do, and then maybe write them in sentences, draw pictures for the words, be creative, but just practice those words, okay? Today's lesson for language is going to be providing a concluding statement, okay? So you're going to read the directions here. And we talked a little bit before you left, good writers, when we write in paragraphs, 5 sentences, you want to start with an important sentence. We call it the topic sentence. And then you want to wrap up the paragraph with an important sentence as well. So when you're looking at this page, think of that last sentence as telling your reader that you're done, you're moving on to the next topic. So that's writing a concluding sentence. Okay, math. On math today, you're going to be doing pages 9 and 10. Okay, and you're going to be making cubes, like our cube trains at school. You're going to be drawing pictures of cubes. So I would suggest when you're doing this, when you're figuring out like the first one, Ebony put 10 cubes into 2 stacks. One stack has 4 more cubes than the other stack. How many cubes are in each stack? Show your work. Make sure you're drawing pictures here on this page. Okay? Draw pictures and get some help from your parents. Draw pictures and prove your work. Okay, we always want to prove our work and we want to show our work, right, Sadie? Are you still there, Sadie? Yep, there she is. She's still there, right, Sadie? We always show our work. Okay, good. Okay, so that's page 9. On page 10, similar type of activities here where you're going to be drawing pictures and solving the word problem. So feel free to draw pictures to help, okay? And then the challenge here on 10 and the challenge on 9, those are meant to be challenging. So you might want to get some help from your parents if they have some time when they're not working. But please, boys and girls, give your parents some space and see if you can do this on your own because they're very busy as well. Okay. So that's math for today. Okay. And then the other assignments for today are 2 pages from your March enrichment book. Okay. So do a couple pages from there. The teachers, Mrs. Eisenhower, Mrs. Waldock, Mrs. Hippis, Mr. Stein, Mrs. Stringfellow, and Mr. Wisner, we're going to be getting together this week because we know this is the last week that you have planned out. We're going to be getting together this week and discussing how we're going to go forward with getting you the next materials for the following week. Okay, so please be following emails from Mrs. Hanson, following emails from Mr. Wisner, and we'll be discussing how we're going to get the rest of the work to you as we go forward. Okay. Parents, I'll be sending emails every day. Included in there will be the information that's on this sheet. The email that you're going to be getting today also is going to have information on a reading program called Raz Kids. Okay, so we're going to get the students a free membership to Raz Kids, and Raz Kids is just an online reading program. And what I want to do is I want to have the students, I'll give you all the directions for logging in at home, and each student, their login is going to be their first name, and the password is going to be for all students 221. That's our room number. What I am asking the parents, after you get the information in the email and you're able to log in, I want you to send me a separate email and I'll give you your child's reading level. Right now when I send emails, they're all en masse to all the families, and I don't want to put reading levels out there for everybody to see where each student is at. Okay? And then once you respond, you're like, Mr. Wisner, I'm able to get into Raz Kids. Can I have my child's reading level? I'll provide that to you. Just know that, you know, that reading level, I would suggest to you when you're doing the Raz Kids, feel free to go, you know, a level below that. And if you want to challenge, go a couple levels ahead of that. You'll see as you go and you're looking at those stories, if they're really easy for the students or too hard, you can kind of adjust. But I'll give you a ballpark level where I think each child should start at. So make sure when you get those directions in the email for logging into Raz Kids, send me a quick email, say, Mr. Wisner, I'm in. Can you give me the suggested reading level? And I'll do that, and then we can get started with that. Okay? And that'll kind of be a supplement to what we're doing. And we'll talk more about Raz Kids as we go, but I just want to make sure everybody gets logged in. Only a couple more minutes left here. Please hang in there. When you left, boys and girls, we talked about opinion writing, and one of the items we wrote about was, should girls be able to play tackle football? Okay. Now, we left our journals at school, but I want you to have a discussion with your parents, and I asked you to write 3 reasons why you think girls should be able to play tackle football or they shouldn't. I want you to discuss that with your parents and share your opinions on that, on why you think girls should be able to play tackle football or you think girls should not. Okay. And as the next couple days go forward, I'll be giving some other opinion writing prompts for you to write on some paper at home and have a discussion with your parents. Okay. All right, let me check my notes, make sure I got everything here. Welcome back, yes. Mr. Wisner getting really scruffy, yes. Maybe I'll grow it out until I get to see my wizards again. Hopefully it won't be too much longer. I read the robber Hodson plots, yes. The robber's put in a nasty trick in the woods there. The trail has split. Opinion writing I just mentioned, share with your parents. We reviewed the work. Raz Kids, watch for the directions, parents, coming, and then once you get logged in, send me a request for the level that they're at, okay? All right, so that looks like it's about 15 minutes. Most days I don't anticipate being this long for the video, but I'm going to try to read each day with the students, review what we're going to be working on for that day, and then we'll go from there. As I mentioned before, the teachers are going to be getting together this weekend discussing what we're going to do for putting work together the next couple weeks, okay? As always, parents and wizards, these are just guidelines. If you're too busy at home or something's coming up at home, you know, don't worry about finishing it that day. Try to get it done, but then maybe do it the next day, okay? I want this to be as easy as it can be for everybody at home, and I want you boys and girls to make the best of the time you have at home with family. play board games, work together on projects that might be around the house. Make sure you're helping your parents. They're really busy working from home and trying to keep tabs on you. You can help with laundry, you can help with the dishes, you can help by sweeping the floor, setting the table, okay, cleaning the bathrooms. Yeah, I know a lot of you don't want to do that, but Mr. Wisner does that a lot too. Okay. And Sadie, do you agree with that? That we should have the students help with cleaning at home? Yeah, it looks like she's very excited about that, and she agrees with Mr. Wisner. All right, so Wizards, until our next video, please work hard at home with your parents. Have fun with your parents. Do everything you can to be a good helper around the house. And I look forward to talking to you again. There'll be another video coming in the next couple days. Please watch for emails, parents, and I wish everybody the best. Right, Sadie? You say bye, Sadie? Oh, say bye-bye. Say bye, Wizards. Where's Sadie? Say bye, Wizards. You give kissy, give a kissy. Mwah. All right, Wizards. I miss you guys. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.